Jai Gurudev. Welcome to Narada Bhakti Sutras 16. Love knows no boundaries. Which love? Divine love. Again, a revision. What is divine love? Not the love that I feel for a man, a woman, for a child or an elderly person. Not the love that I experience for a particular thing, an object. And it's not the love that I have for a particular situation in my life. It is beyond that. It is divine love that he's talking about. What is divine love? The love that you are made up of. Yeah? The stuff that you are made up of. You are not a bag of just flesh and bones and blood. You are beyond that. You are energy. That energy which is pervading in this entire samsara. In everything. In the living objects as well as the non-living objects. It is that electricity which is running in this lamp here and that lamp which is in your house. And in this table lamp. The light may be different. This may be a yellow light, that may be a white light. You might have another green light in your house. But finally the energy behind that is what? Electricity. It is the same. Yeah? It doesn't matter whether you are watching me from US or Canada or India or Australia or anywhere in the world. It is the same electricity everywhere, correct? Just like electricity. Just like that, there is something called the Brahman consciousness. That energy which is subtly pervading throughout this creation, in every little thing, whether living or non-living, doesn't matter. Yeah? That subtle, all-pervading energy called Brahman consciousness is not different than electricity. Yeah? That energy is not different than love, than your basic core nature. Why do I say divine love is your core nature? Ego comes up because of the other. Yeah? How dare you say something to me? Jealousy comes up because he has something that I don't have. Yes? All these emotions are related to an external object. Divine love is not an emotion. It is beyond emotions. Divine love is your very nature. It's like magnetism. It is the property of the magnet, no? Just like electricity is the property of that light coming through that lamp. Like that only. Your core property is divine love. And that divine love is nothing but pure joy, pure peace, pure compassion. Yes. You do not need another person or an object or a situation to ignite this pure love or joy in you or peace in you. That is why when you go within, deep within in meditation, you experience that pure peace. You have withdrawn from everything that is external, correct? And you have just gone within. Your eyes are shut, you don't want to see anything, you don't want to listen to anything, you don't want to speak, touch, taste, smell. You are just within. And inside, in that core silence of your being, you experience pure peace. That pure peace or that pure love has no boundaries. Got it? It is not dependent on an external person, situation or thing. That is why it has no boundaries. Yes, my external expression of ego, of hatred, of jealousy requires the other person or another object to be there, correct? But pure divine love is devoid of this external boundary or this limitation or this dependency. Got it? That is why the topic is love knows no boundaries. He's talking about that pure divine love, that pure peace that you are at the core. And meditation is nothing but a tool to help you withdraw from these external objects and go within and unite with that silent core of your being and just be there, experience that peace, that divine love which is beyond any boundary, beyond any limitation, beyond any external dependency. And one who goes deep into meditation, goes deep within himself and does some self-contemplation, such a person meets himself, actually meets himself. Yeah. And what is the meaning of meeting your own self? It is becoming one with this divine love. Yeah. This divine love does not need any qualification or education. Yeah. Again, qualification or education or eligibility would mean an external limitation, an external boundary. Anybody and everybody can sit down and meditate and go within and meet his or can go within and meet himself or herself. Yeah. That is why Narada in his first sutra says, Nasti teshu jati vidya Rupa, Kula, Dhana, Kriyadi Bheda. Means anybody can attain this divine love. Anybody. Yes. Like you have all those ads, no? Caste no bar, sex no bar, color no bar, race no bar. Yeah. This is something like that. Narada is advertising divine love to you. He's selling it to you. Yeah. So he says, Nasti teshu, no bar, jati. Yeah, jati is caste. It does not matter what jati you are from. Yes. It does not matter how much vidya you have, how much knowledge you have. Yeah. So, knowledge, no bar. Yeah. Doesn't matter whether you are a pandit in the shastras or you are a very simple layman without any knowledge of the scriptures. Yes, you are still qualified, you are still eligible to meet your own self, to meet the divinity within. Rupa, Rupa is beauty. Yeah? Whatever your form, no bar. Yeah? Rupa, no bar. Then Kula. Kula, it does not matter from which family background you come. Yes. In the ancient times, family background was very important. So people gave that a lot of over importance. That is why it was probably put in the sutras that your family background is no bar for attaining divine love or for meeting with your own self. Anybody and everybody can sit down and go within and meet himself or herself and unite with that core being, with that pure love that he or she is. Yeah? Dhana. Dhana means money, wealth, no bar. It doesn't matter whether you are a rich man's son or a poor man's daughter, or a poor man's son or a rich man's daughter. It does not matter. Yes. How much wealth you have is no bar. Yeah. Kriya Adi. Kriya means it does not matter what actions you have done. Yeah, this is big, because somebody who is a dacoit, a thief, a terrorist would feel, oh, I am a sinner and I do not deserve to meditate. Narada says, no. It does not matter what actions you have done in the past. If in this moment you sit down, calm yourself, go within and let go of all external limitations, restrictions and boundaries. Drop everything and go within. You can unite with that limitless sky that you are and go beyond boundaries. Sainthood can dawn in anybody. Devotion can dawn in anyone. Yeah. The next sutra that Narada talks about is Yatas Tadiya. Means what? Yatas Tadiya means they belong to him or the divine. Who belong to the divine? Who is he talking about? In the previous sutra we said anyone can drop the external people, situations and things and go within and experience that divinity. Yes, such a person who goes within and experiences divinity, it does not matter whether he comes from which family background, which caste, whether he has money or not. All this social external boundaries, he's not distinguished by them. Why? Yatas Tadiya, because he belongs to the divine. Yeah. Understand one thing, all this class, occupation, name, fame, money you make, relationships that you have, all these are false external identities. They are because of the society, because of people in the society, because of concepts of the society, because of situations in society, and because of you getting attached to these external people, situations and things above all. Yeah. So because of your attachment to these, you have identified yourself as such and such a person belonging to this background and this nationality and this much wealth or this much social status or class, whatever you call that, and you have put yourself in a particular bucket. Now recognize, what have you put in the bucket? Only this body. You cannot put the Purusha or the self or that divine love into your different buckets and different categories. Are you seeing this? Yeah. You can put different lamps. Oh, this particular bulb is small, 20 watt, this one is 40 watt, this one is 60 watt bulb. Okay, I put them all into different buckets. But can I categorize or bucketize electricity? No, I cannot. You see what I'm saying? Just like that. At the core, we are all that one Purusha, that one electricity, that one divinity. Yes, and that you cannot categorize. Got it? Yes. So yatas tadiya means that the person who has united with himself, he belongs to the divine. Yeah. That is why you cannot categorize him. Guruji gave you beautiful stories after this about saints, no? That they are very different. You can't put them only into your regular material life concepts. Yeah? A regular person cannot understand saints. And he gave you the story of the scorpion, where the scorpion keeps stinging him and he keeps saving the scorpion. Yeah? And what does he say? Why is he doing that? Because the scorpion doesn't leave its nature. Why should I leave mine? Yeah, that's a beautiful story. We always take on to the nature of the other. Yeah? We also have many scorpions stinging us in life, don't we? Yeah, in the form of people, in the form of a situation, yeah, in the form of a thing that you lose. These scorpions keep stinging us. And what do we keep doing? We keep reacting to the stings. Yeah? We do not maintain our nature. Yes? What is our nature? What is our dharma? Yeah? To be in that peace and that compassion and that joy that I am. To just be in that core. It's okay, sometimes bad situations come, they go away also. Good situations also come. But what happens to me? Can I maintain an equanimity in good and bad? No. The moment there's something good, my graph goes up. The moment there's something bad, my graph comes down. I lose equanimity. Yeah? Then what have I become? I have become a slave to the external situations. That story has a very deep meaning. Can you maintain your dharma irrespective of how many scorpions sting you? And your dharma is to maintain that peace which is within. Yeah? When you don't maintain your own peace, what happens? You get stressed and back is hurting and stomach is hurting and then I have ulcers and the heart is gone kaput, and then you go to the doctors and you give them a lot of extra wealth because of your bad health. Yeah? Recognize this. Others are not doing this to me. I am doing this to myself. Yeah? And it is in my hands to maintain my equanimity. Come what may. Doesn't matter how many scorpions keep stinging me. Yeah? Maintaining my equanimity is my dharma. Yeah? Recognize this. At the core, I am peace, and maintaining that peace is dharma. Yeah? The moment I get super excited, I have gone away from my peace. The moment I get super depressed, I have gone away from my peace. And this keeps happening up and down and up and down and up and down. Yes? It is my job to maintain this peace. Got it? So your homework number 1. Many scorpions will sting you this week. Yeah? You maintain your dharma. What is your dharma? To maintain equanimity, to maintain that peace within, that calmness, that divinity that you are, that love that you are. Got it? Yes? Guruji told you one more beautiful story. Remember of that saint who stole the silver cutlery and then returned it back to the palace? Yeah. What does that mean? Did you get the gist? What is the meaning? What is the moral of the story? It means that saints live very close to nature. They do not remain close to their ragas and dveshas and what the ego is saying, what the mind is saying. Not at all. They remain completely close to that purity, that peace, that divinity within. Yes? And when they are absolutely pure, absolutely clear, yes, such saints just live moment to moment to moment. Now living moment to moment to moment means what? Whatever life brings my way this moment, I respond to that and I'm done with it. Then I don't even look back. It's over. Past does not exist. It's done. Yeah? Moment to moment to moment. When a person starts living moment to moment to moment, he is very close to Prakriti, to nature. And what rules nature? Rajas, Tamas and Sattva. Yes, these gunas run this entire Prakriti. Yes, so when he is in the moment, he responds to whatever guna comes up. Yes, he runs according to the gunas of the Prakriti. He does not run according to his own ragas and dveshas. Yeah, my raga or my dvesha will say, oh, I like that, I want that. My dvesha says, no, I don't like this person, I don't want this person. They don't run according to ragas and dveshas. They don't lead life according to ragas and dveshas. Moment to moment, they are in touch with the core self. And the core self is affected by Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. Yes? So when he ate food, if he eats good food, more sattva comes into him. He responds to that sattva, he becomes sattvic. If he eats rajasic food, he responds to the rajas, he becomes rajasic. And if he eats tamasic food, he responds to that tamas, he becomes tamasic. Yeah? He runs according to nature. It is said, saints run according to the will of God. So when that tamasic food was fed to him, the food had that kind of vibration because it was stolen food, stolen property by the thieves. That kind of vibration entered him, and he also had that kind of tendency to pick up something and take it away. Such a vibration does not last long in a saint because he lives moment to moment. Past is gone. Yeah, it's been 1 or 2 days since the thing was brought home. This moment he is absolutely pure again from his meditation. He sees the silver and decides, oh, this belongs to the palace, and returns it back to the palace. You see that? Living moment to moment to moment helps you live in that purity of nature as it is. Yeah? The story is just to convey a message to you. Yeah? Don't start making up your own stories saying, oh, if I hit my son or daughter, it is because there was lot of rajas in the environment, it came into me and that boiled my anger and I hit him or her. Yeah. This could be an excuse because you are giving into your own dvesha. Yeah. So recognize that. That is not how the saints live. Saints live very close to the nature. The ways of nature are mysterious. You cannot comprehend all the ways of nature. Just like that, you cannot comprehend the ways of saints. Yeah? When a saint is sitting, he's just sitting. He's in the moment. When he's sleeping, he's just sleeping. There's no raga or dvesha there. Yeah, just like the mountains, the trees, they are just there. Yeah, like that only. Saints are just a part of this existence. They've become completely hollow and empty. Yeah. If something is hollow and empty, whatever you fill it with, that's what it gets full of. Yes. But the saint lives moment to moment. So even if something rajasic comes up, in some time it is gone, because that moment is gone and he's moved on to the next moment. Next moment is again sattvic. He becomes sattvic. Again he moves on. He keeps moving according to nature. Yeah? You understood the meaning of that story? Yeah? The homework from that story is be hollow and empty. Live moment to moment to moment. Again, do not make up an excuse why you stole something from the store, or you slapped your friend, or you abused somebody. No, no, no. No, no, Rajas coming up in me, Tamas coming up in me. Don't go that way. Yeah? First you become hollow and empty. Then you claim that you are living close to nature. Not unless you are completely devoid of raga and dvesha can you claim that you are hollow and empty. Yeah? So homework number 2, live moment to moment. Be hollow and empty. Now the moment you learn about this, that the saint was close to nature, and because nature fed him with negativity, he became negative. Oh, now your logical mind starts working and comes up with all kutarka or wrong logic. Yeah, what will be the wrong logic now? It's okay to do bad, you know, it was not me, it was the external nature. Huh? That is where Narada comes up with his stick and warns you. He says what? Vado navalambeha. Means what? Do not depend on logic. Vado is logic. Yeah, because logic is what? One day it's on this side, next day it is on this side. Yeah, right now, here I can sit and prove to you how accept people and situations is the good thing to do. Immediately in 5 minutes I can also prove to you how accept people and situations is a bad thing, totally wrong. Yeah, logic has no loyalty. Yeah, logic can be on this side and suddenly on this side. It keeps changing its parties. Correct? So Narada warns you, do not depend on logic. Do not depend on Vado. Vado Nava Lambaya. Yes. Why? Because Bahulya Vakashatvat Aniya Tatvascha means lots of attachments will come up in the mind because of logic. Logic works from attachments. For example, if you want to eat chocolate cake, whatever the doctor has said, yes, you will refute that. You can prove that wrong. Why? Because I am so attached to that chocolate cake. I want to eat that chocolate cake. Oh, I have one life only. It doesn't matter if my heart goes bad or cholesterol goes bad. What is the point all your life to only eat green vegetables and horrible fruit? I want to eat this delicious death by chocolate cake. This is the correct way to die. Death by chocolate cake. See, I proved it. Yeah. Logic works from attachment. Bahulya Akashvat means excessive attachment is the basis for logic. Got it? Bahulya excessive, lot of attachment is the basis for logic. Aniya tattvat cha means it will not take you anywhere. Yes. So now do you understand why Narada is telling you to not depend on logic? Because logic is based on attachment. Its root is attachment. And if its root is attachment, you're only going to topple on this side or that side. Yes, you will not be able to see things very clearly. Got it? Guruji gave you a few examples, no? Just because half open door also means it's half closed. That means fully closed door means it's fully opened. Senseless, no? This logic is. But that's what attachment does. Yeah? Homework number 3. You check within your own self. When you are very attached to somebody in your life, to some situation in your life, or to some particular object in your life, how you prove your attachment to be right? How you use your kutarka or logic, wrong logic, and prove that your attachment is right, is correct. You observe that. Huh? This is an exercise for observing your own self. Yeah. So he says, do not indulge in vado. Yes, why? Because it is based on bahulya attachments. Bahulya va vakas satvad. Yeah, and it will only lead to aniya tattvacha. Means it will not bring you to a proper decisive point. It will be all over the place. Here he brings out a very beautiful point. He says that logic will only lead to arguments. Yeah, logic is always about attachment. Attachment is always about I, and the other person is about his I, and then that I and this I are in conflict with each other. There is always argument. Right? So he says, the basis of argument is logic. Yes. Till the time you base everything on logic in your near and dear relationships, there will be arguments. The moment you learn to base everything on love, then what happens? Arguments drop. I let go. I become open. When you base everything in life on logic, what starts happening? My logic is based on my attachment. This is the root, and I have a logic sitting on that particular attachment, and my logic and my attachment is all about I. His logic and his attachment is all about his I. Now this I and this I are always in conflict. Logic always leads to conflict. Conflict means argumentation. There's always arguments. Yes. He says, divine love cannot be experienced through logic. Yes. You can understand the scriptures through logic, but to experience that divinity, that purity, you have to close your eyes, meditate, withdraw from all your external logic and go within. When you are in that peaceful state within, in the true core of your nature, then only can divinity dawn in you. Then only can you experience it. Yes. Now to experience this, I have to let go of all kinds of logic. Even if I learned to meditate, there was some logic that was provided to me. The Sudarshan Kriya is a technique. The logic is provided to you. Oh, when you breathe in and breathe out, yeah, you calm down the mind, you calm down the nerves. Obviously, when an emotion can affect your breath can affect the emotion. So we are using the reverse technology, and because when I get angry, my breath goes faster, yeah, and when I get very sad, it becomes very heavy. Oh, emotion has affected my breath. What they are saying is correct. So now they have reversed it, and breath is going to affect the emotions and just flush out all the emotions and calm down. Okay, good logic. Let me sit down. Let me do Kriya. Yeah. With the logic, I understood. So Jnana, Prabhava Jnana, external Jnana might be based on logic to help you go within. Yes, but after you step inside, you have to drop the logic. Got it? You cannot experience divinity if you are still trying to walk on the crutches of logic. Yes, crutches of logic are only for argument. Yes, we can have a great debate. Yes, on Ashtavakra. How I believe I am the doer and how you believe no, I am not the doer. Yes, fantastic debate we can have. But all this is because of logic. Logic does not have a party. It can go to this side, it can go to the other side. Yeah. That is why Narada says, do not indulge or depend on logic. Yes, yes, you use it for the basic means, but don't again base it on your attachment and have all those arguments with your loved ones, this external drama that you create unnecessarily at home. That he's saying drop. Yeah, because logic really has no loyalty. And really what kills your love is arguments. Yeah? Arguments are only based on logic. Yes, when two people are in love, they don't argue. Initially it's the honeymoon period, no? So they don't argue. But the moment they know, oh, okay, he's my husband, she's my wife, long time, yeah, that security has been built. Now argument starts. Yeah. So recognize this. Become aware of this. Little bit argument turns to disagreement. Disagreement turns to a big fight. Yeah? And you're completely closed after that. Yes. Recognize this, that logic or argument is a no mind and love is a yes mind. Now how can love and that argument stay together? They cannot. So you check in your own relationships. Guruji gave you a lot of homework on this one, if you remember. He said that you logically try to prove or ask for proof of love from your beloved. Yeah? So homework number, I don't know, 3, 4. Do you demand love? Or do you ask your beloved, prove it to me that you love me? Do you look for proof? Check within, huh? And what was the solution Gurudev gave? Drop, drop, drop looking for this proof. Drop demanding love, because demand destroys love. Demand or logic or proof, I just explained to you, is based on attachment. Yes, and this logic is about I. My logic is about my I, his logic is about his I. And that I and you always conflict. Yes. The basis for logic is this conflict. Yes? Always saying no, 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 this is wrong, you are wrong. Yes? But love cannot survive in conflict. Love is yes, yes, yes. Logic is no, no, no. Yeah? Logic or argument. Yeah? So don't demand, don't look for proof in your relationships. Yeah? Just take it for granted. He or she loves me. Yeah? And if you feel that in the past few days he or she does not love you enough, just go home and hug your beloved and say, you love me so much and I'm so grateful for that, really. I thank God you love me so much. Yeah? Say the opposite. It works, I tell you. Yeah? So, do not demand love. Recognize, huh? Check within. Do you keep demanding and asking for proof? Yeah. We did this in Ashtavakra also, no? He says that don't make your love a business. Yeah. What is business? I will love you only if you do this. I will love you only if you behave like this. I will love you only if you give me love. This is business transaction. This is not love. So many conditions. Yeah? Same thing Narada is saying. Yeah? Don't make your love for your beloved a business transaction. Yeah? So you check. Huh? Are you doing that? Just take it for granted that he or she loves you. Yeah, now you don't say, oh, he also places all conditions on me. His love is also conditional. Don't get into that. Yes, that is again logic. Vado. Yeah, recognize this. That is again logic, because logic is again based on attachment. Your attachment is that he should also love me unconditionally. On that attachment, you are basing this argument that, see, he does not love me unconditionally. I only should love him unconditionally. Where does this go? Your logic has turned into argument. That argument will turn into conflict, and then there is no love in the relationship. Yeah. Why does somebody really love you? Because you bring comfort to them. Yeah. Everybody is stuck in this Maya. Everybody. Really wake up and see. Look around. Every single person is stuck in this Maya. Some person is stuck in the Maya of money, somebody is stuck in the Maya of relationships, somebody is stuck in the Maya of things, somebody is stuck in the Maya of situations. But they are all stuck and they are only looking for comfort, for peace. Yes. And if you give them that comfort, that peace, then they love you. Yeah. Just give comfort to others. Just do seva. You are here on this planet only to bring comfort. Really. You are not here for any other purpose. All this, getting married, having children, taking care of this thing, taking care of that thing, doing this service project, joining that NGO, doing that job, doing all this is just a way of, passing time in this life. But really, the purpose of your life is to give comfort to the other. And give comfort. Don't be a miser. Yeah? Give comfort to others. Yeah? Take it for granted that the other person loves you. And stop looking for something in return. Guruji told you today, be like a flower. A flower is there in the garden, it's not looking for appreciation. Yeah? It is just spreading the fragrance. You become like a flower. Yes? Everybody? So homework number 4 or 5, whatever. You become like a flower. Yeah? Just spread fragrance. It's okay if somebody else does that or not. It doesn't matter. But I will spread fragrance and love only. Yes? Going to the last sutra, he talks about certain rules. Narada gives you certain rules to be on this divine path, to go beyond boundaries. And what are those rules? Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani. Listen to the knowledge of the scriptures. The scriptures that talk about love, about devotion. You must read them again and again, or listen to them again and again. Yes. And is just reading and listening enough? No. He says, tad bodhak karman yapi karniyani. Means what? Means you do your karmas also accordingly. Yes, whatever you read in the scriptures or listen to, you do your actions also accordingly. Yeah. So now you've read, okay, I am not going to base anything on logic. Good, Mother's Day is coming up. I am not going to send a card to my mother. It's based on logic, right? Mother's Day, everybody sends a card to the mother to make her feel good. Okay, now you've taken it to an extreme. Do you see that? Yeah. You just recognize what is that which will bring comfort to the other person. That is the highest teaching of the scriptures of bhakti. Yeah. What will bring comfort to the mother? Okay, Mother's Day card, no? Let me bring that. What will bring comfort to my beloved? Oh, he'll be happy with this particular way, this thing. Let me give this to him or her. Yeah. Whatever will bring comfort to the other person, that is what you must do. That is what the scriptures teach you. That is what the scriptures talk about. Yes? So, homework number 5. Yeah? Don't contrive your own meanings from the scriptures. Yes? That is why you must revisit these sutras again and again. Only once listening to them, you think, oh yes, that saint, he stole the silver, that means it's okay to steal silver. See? Again, I indulged in wrong logic and I thought that stealing is okay. Yeah? Again, I should not base anything on logic. Everything should be unconditional love. Okay, I am not going to go and tell my beloved, I love you or happy birthday or anything that will make him feel loved or happy. Why? It is unconditional love. He should understand on his own. Again, you're going again towards one side. Yes? Do not depend on logic. Just flow. Moment to moment to moment flow and keep revisiting these scriptures, he says. Yes? Whatever the scriptures say, you listen to them, read them again and do your karmas accordingly. Clear? Yes? That brings us to the end of Narada Bhakti Sutras 16. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email, and don't forget to do your homework and send it to me on gyana.homework@gmail.com, and I will see you next week. Jai Gurudev.